Hello everyone, I'm Liam and I'm making this little mini documentary. Basically what I want to do is try and capture the whole process of creating an album. At this moment in time I have no idea what the album's going to be about. I've not even got any ideas of what I want it to be about, so hopefully it's going to capture the whole process of that. I'm going to capture the writing of it, the recording of it, the producing of it, and then the releasing of it. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how this turns out. This is a brand new thing for me. I've never made any type of video thing before, apart from little videos for YouTube. So this is my first proper filming experience. So yeah, hopefully you'll come along for the ride with me. Let's see what I can create. Okay, so I think we'll begin by showing you around my home studio. So as you can see, this is the workspace. I've got a piano here in the corner. It's a Yamaha piano. I've got acoustic guitar on the wall. And if we just pan round, a nice settee. We've got a Fender Precision bass and the Fender Stratocaster guitar hung up on the walls. We've also got a microphone. And if I just move around here, I've got electric drum kit. Got a few amps that don't really get used. I've also got this cool doormat, welcome to the dark side. And then over to the actual workspace itself. Okay, so this is my studio space. I have the Adam A7X studio monitors. And I've got the Focusrite, I can't remember the full name of it, but it's a Focusrite audio interface with dual inputs. I've also got the two monitor screens. On the left monitor I've got Cubase 9. And on the right monitor I have all the mixers and some plugins such as the Voxengo Span, I think it's called, which is an analyzer. And I've also got T-Rax mastering. So that's my studio space. I've also got this MIDI keyboard here. I've got a few other rack instruments here. This is actually a dual compressor, which I don't really use. And the bottom one is pretty much everything in one. It's a limiter, compressor, expander, gate. It's quite a handy thing, but they're not actually plugged in at the moment. Okay, so that's my little studio. Just need to write an album now. It's as simple as that. So I have no idea how this is going to happen. I don't have any ideas in my head at all. So I'm just going to try and get some inspiration from somewhere. Try and find like an avenue to go down. At the moment I'm thinking the main focus of the album is to make myself some money. Because that's what I want. I want some money. Don't we all? So yeah, I've done albums before in the past for fun, like my Throne of Thorns album that was recently released. It's actually only 2 weeks ago that it was released. That was pretty much for fun, but obviously I'm hoping to make a bit of money on it. But it wasn't aimed specifically at something to make money from, such as my electronic workout album. That was aimed specifically for workouts, so it had a market there. So with this album, I'm thinking I want to make money from it, so it's got to be something aimed specifically at something. I just don't know what. Maybe yoga. Now then, I've never done a yoga thing. I don't really know anything about yoga, but that could be something. I'll have to look into that. So what I'm gonna do now basically is just keep listening to different genres and different things and hopefully come up with some sort of sound in my head that I think, yeah, that works. I want to do something like that. It's just a case of doing it, innit? I'll get back to you. Okay, so it's the next day and I've had to think about the genre that I want to do, the album that I want to make, and I've decided to scrap the idea of yoga because, I mean, look at... Does that look like I do yoga? I thought that maybe in the future I'll go down that avenue, but I don't think I'm ready for that at the moment. But the genre that I've decided to do is similar to my This Blue Planet album. So if you've ever heard that, then I'm thinking something similar. On that album though, the melodies are all played on violin or piano. So in this album, I want to do something similar, but with a more atmospheric feel to it. And I also want to make the melodies on guitar as well. So I need to pull out the old guitar and come up with some ideas. Okay, so I'm on Cubase and I'm going to create a whole new template that I can use for every single song on this album. So this template is going to be really important. I need all the instruments that I want to use. I need to get the sounds right. And then once I've done one song, I can copy the mix across the other songs, and it should have like a unified sound throughout the album. Hopefully, anyway, that's the idea. So these are my templates that I've got. I'm going to start with just a completely blank 16-track Contact template. And then these are all my albums. I'm going to create a new album. I don't even know what this album's going to be called at the moment. Let's just call it Ambient Album. So there we go, Liam Bradbury, Ambient Album. Let's create a new folder. Song 1. No idea what it's going to be called yet. There we go. Okay. Right, so I'm going to make this template now. I want to create them guitar tracks. So I'm going to add some audio tracks. I'm going to need a few of these. All going to be mono as well. I use these ruler tracks as basically just separators. So they're going to separate the different tracks. So these are all going to be guitar tracks. So I'll keep them in this block. And then percussion in that, separated by these. Okay, so my audio interface is right channel, so I need to put these to right input. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make this template and I'm going to cut to when it's completely finished and I'm going to show you around it. Okay, so this is what I've got so far with the template. As you can see at the top, we have a marker channel, just to keep track of all the markers and things. I've also got a seconds thing here, so I can see how long the tracks are. And then we've got the synths. I always colour code everything in the template, so I can see what things are in groups. So I know all the lime green colours are synths. And I've also put the choirs in with these as well. And this section here, we've got guitars and bass. So the red ones are acoustic guitars. I've got a centered channel, which I also have a tuner on. I've got the acoustic far left and the acoustic far right. That'll be double tracked. And then I've got the guitar channels, again the same, centered one, and then two left and right. And then I've got two bass channels. The reason I've got two bass channels is because I will put all the bass on one channel, and then if I need to, you know, just add extra bass or something, I can record it onto a second channel and then just chop it up and drag it into it. And then further down we've got woodwind, I've got flutes, oboes, I've got violin, cello, horns. Some of these instruments I probably will never use, but I like to just put them in anyway, just in case. I've got piano, harp, cymbals, gongs, some little hand drums. Never know when they'll come in handy. I've got this frame drum. That might come in useful. And I've got this drum kit sound. I think that's the same kit that I used on that album, on my previous album, called This Blue Planet. It sounds quite similar. Further down we've got the group channel tracks. So all the choir tracks, there's only one choir track in this, but that's going directly into that group channel. Got all the woodwinds going to that, all the strings going to that one, and so on. And that's pretty much the template. I'll show you what I've recorded here. It's just a quick little idea. It's just to see how it sounds. It's going to sound crap at the moment though, because I've not mixed any of it and it's not been mastered or anything. So it's just raw recordings. Some of these guitars are out of tune as well. I'll show you some of the synth sounds that I found. This is from a synth called Massive. I've edited all these myself, these synths, to try and give them a bit more of a distinctive sound. It's quite atmospheric. And I've got this one. Found this little lead sound as well. I don't know if I'll ever use that, but it's there anyway. I can always change it. So yeah, that's the template. And that's what I'm going to use to record all of this album on. This is going to get changed so much. That's what I'm hoping the whole album will be based around. So I'm going to edit it quite a lot. And hopefully once I've done one song, the mix and everything will fall into place, and I'll just save that song as a template, and then I can just delete it and then work on it again. Create another song from that. That's the plan anyway. So once the template's in place, I've pretty much got the whole structure for the whole album, the whole sound of the album, the all the instrumentation, the mix, the mastering. It's just a case of getting that first song down now. So I'm going to come up with some ideas and I'll see what happens from there. Anyway, that's it for today. I think it's now like 6:30 at night. Been working on this template for a few hours today. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow.